Hi, so final thing we want to discuss are data types, as I have mentioned in the previous video. Of course, again, this is short introduction to data types. We will just talk briefly about data types you have seen in this notebook, but later on in this course, you will learn some more data types. And if you go deeper and deeper into programming, you will learn that there are plenty of data types. But here we want to kind of wrap up what we have seen so far. So what we've seen in this notebook were three data types. One of them was integers, and these are like whole numbers. So 1, 2, 3. There is no fractional part of in these numbers. They can be negative, but they just have to be whole. You can kind of count them like one by one. And this data type in Python is abbreviated as int, so it stands for integer. The other type we have seen as a result of our computation were numbers which have some part after the dot, and these are float numbers. Float, the name comes from computer science. I don't want to dive into details, but these are just rational numbers. So these are, here you have examples of such numbers. Final data type we have seen in this notebook were strings, and I have already told you that the abbreviation is str, so again the first three letters. Why do you have to care about data types? Well, we have already seen that if we try to use wrong data types together in some operation, we get errors. Usually it is type error. So here, there is no easy way to understand or to give a meaning to an operation which is addition of a number and a string. So you cannot do this in Python, and you get a type error, unsupported operand type for addition operator, integer and string. So you are trying to add. Here you have what operator you are using: integer, and string. So you cannot do this. Python tells you this is not the way you should do it. You can, however, add two strings together. We have already discussed this. And of course, you can add numbers to each other. As you can see here, Python is smart enough that you can add integer and float, so integer and rational number together. As a result, obviously, you get a rational number, but you can do this. Similarly, like we've already seen, sometimes you can you can perform operation on strings and numbers, for instance, multiplication. And then you get the string repeated many times. So you will learn in the next videos how to check what type a specific object has, variable or constant. I have already shown this to you in previous videos. We will talk about this in more detail, but we have functions in Python. There will be a separate notebook about functions, but basically you can use a word type and then in the brackets put something which you want to check the type of, and as a result you will learn what is the type of this thing inside. So if I put something like this here, I will, as a result, learn that the type of this constant is float. So this concludes the first notebook. I hope it wasn't very difficult. I should imagine that this was rather easy, and we'll see each other in the next notebooks, next videos, and I hope you will have much more fun along the course. So see you in the next video and videos, and thank you for your attention.